Did you see the Plaxico Burress interview?
Nope.
You missed all this fun stuff.
I watched it. I told you what I was doing.
There would have been a lot of stuff to be outraged about, though.
Plaxico.
Bill Cowher, right? Was his coach?
Let's fucking watch it.
Well, Plaxico, played for Cowher in Pittsburgh, I guess?
Yes.
So he knows him very well. So they did this, jailhouse interview before the Super Bowl. And by the end of it, you're like, what the fuck? This guy did commit this crime, right? And somebody finally spoke up after the piece saying, whoa, let's not forget some facts here.
Why did it seem like why is this motherfucker in jail? Was that it?
Well, I got some of the interview here. Let's see how deep we get into this.
The greatest statement I heard about this is his lawyer said he should go to, he did something dumb. You shouldn't go to jail for fucking 3 years for being dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years, right?
Mandatory.
Mandatory, too.
For being dumb, which is a perfect... He fucked up.
And he's got to do the two.
That really is annoying.
He's only been in there, a few months at this point?
Damn, you can't fuck up. Jail is to rehabilitate you. Jail is to say, you're a criminal, we got to get you right. It's not there to go, oh, man, you shot yourself in the fucking leg. We got to put you in there for 2 years so you'll never shoot yourself in the fucking leg again?
True.
This is ridiculous, man.
I don't think jail's rehabilitation as much as it is get this person off the fucking streets for as long as we can or something. There's no rehabilitation going on in there.
But do we need to get him off the streets?
No, he seemed like he's a guy that fucked up. Yeah, but the idea of having an illegal firearm like that in New York City,
he's trying. I mean, that's what it is, and I'll give you this: it's a young black dude, young black millionaire who does not, and this is the sad thing, he does not want to seem like a sellout and stop hanging out with black people. He only should hang out with other black millionaires in a place where only black millionaires could be, where he doesn't have to worry about pistols.
You know what? Get a fucking holster.
Or get a bodyguard.
That's what it is. Get a holster so you're not sticking the fucking gun in your pants, dummy. You want to carry a gun, especially illegally. Let's get a fucking holster.
Well, let's get into this because he talks about rehabilitation and all that shit. So let's see. This is from yesterday, obviously.
You know, Plex, when you said goodbye to Tiffany and Elijah, when did it finally hit you that you were actually in prison?
I think when I woke up that morning. It was a surreal feeling.
And instead of my nice wife, I saw a giant Mexican dick hanging in front of my football face.
When did it hit me?
Yes. When I was going to grab lunch and two Aryans punched me in the jaw. A guy with a Hitler tattoo on his knuckle fucking knocked out my molars. Then I realized I was in prison.
When I had to shake roaches at the bottom of my cereal box.
Exactly. When my dessert was taken by a man who was much larger than me.
When I realized I had to sharpen my toothbrush to keep this motherfucker from fucking me in the ass.
Could you rewind that question again? I think we missed Plaxico's answer.
All right, let's see.
Actually in prison.
I think when I woke up that morning.
Further, fuck. All right, let's just fucking do this.
You know, Plex, when you said goodbye to Tiffany and Elijah, when did it finally hit you that you were actually in prison?
Well, Bill, I was taking a shower and someone put their dick in my butt.
That's when it hits you.
Yeah. Wolf hit on me.
Yeah. When the sisters tried to rape me in the cellar.
I could be a friend to you.
Yeah, so when they did a cell extraction and then maced me.
Wait a minute.
Hard to get.
We have to give Norton credit on what a great... Wolf is a fucking great reference. Fucking Wolf.
What happened, Plax? Wolf wanted to get friendly. I didn't.
You know, Plex, when you said goodbye to Tiffany and Elijah, when did it finally hit you that you were actually in prison?
I think when I woke up that morning. It was a surreal feeling that, I remember that morning, as if it was yesterday. I don't think for anybody that jail or prison is a part of the plan of life. You really don't know what to expect. I remember putting my suit on my son and taking that drive and going into that courtroom and kissing my wife and telling her everything's going to be okay and seeing her emotional and crying, and it cuts you deep.
Oh, my God.
I think there's no way this guy should have to do 2 years, though. Oh. But it's, of course, because that fucking Bloomberg, who I can't stand, had to shoot his mouth off. Oh, he shouldn't get any preferential treatment. Meanwhile, this fucking jizzbag mayor spends $100 million to get elected. Hey, asshole. How about just taking some of that and throwing it into the economy? How about taking your own money and just fucking hiring people to do shit?
No.
Can't stomach him.
Is it safe to say that this experience has made you a better husband and father?
Oh, man, no question. Because when it's all really said and done, you look around and you see where people are standing up. And, my wife has just been incredible, through this whole situation. I mean, you couldn't ask to be with a better person.
I've never heard prison so boring. I watch Lockup all the time. It's fucking unbelievable.
Best show ever. Going on all the time.
Here's what they should do: have Coward go in with him on an all day. Fucking all right, chow time. Plaxico.
Watch him tripping him and spitting in his foot, picking the nose and rubbing it in his fucking mac and cheese.
And he has to be in PC. He has to be in Punk City.
And how it's filmed, you could barely tell they're in jail. It was just in a room.
He has to be in PC, man. Got to be.
Well, you want to hear about his normal day?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
There's no cameras outside this room. Tell me about your normal day.
Well,
oh boy,
Bill Coward, he's giving the most.
Well, that's what I'm getting at here.
This is unbelievable.
Because then his fellow broadcasters there give it to him a little bit, like, yo, hey, whoa.
Why is the asshole head coach with the fucking Pittsburgh cheese dick mustache doing an interview? He's not a fucking interviewer.
He was his coach for a while, so he feels like he really knows this guy, and
There's no cameras outside this room. Tell me about your normal day.
I wake up and the first thing I do is I just get on my knees and I pray and I just thank God for another day. I go from there and I just try to keep my mind focused on the right things.
Are you able to work out?
Yeah, I do. I actually work out about 4 days a week. I do as much as I can. It's not a LA Fitness or Balance or anything like that, but.
Oh my God. These guys on Instant Feedback are going with when did you realize you were in prison? Josh writes, when some bald guy bent me over and told me to call him Tom Brady. And then dog shit sniffer, I realized I was in jail when I woke up spooning a 350-pound man called Sunshine. And when I had to put a couple of cans of soda in a pillowcase to ward off my cellmate.
That's funny.
Soda.
Yes, I realized I was in jail when the radio blew up in Viking's ear.
Viking.
Yes, when Viking drew a bird and we all laughed at him.
Fucking Tweety, man.
Yeah,
it was Tweety.
When Warren Jerome got shot with the gun I had, I realized I was in jail.
I realized there wasn't enough soda cans to beat off my rapist. when I put it in a pillowcase, it was just 2 Dr. Peppers. And that didn't hurt him.
Oh, shit. He goes on to explain athletes and guns.
Oh, God.
Plex, we're seeing it a lot these days. Athletes and guns. Why is it so prominent?
I can speak from a personal standpoint. I had my home broken into twice. When things like that happen, it kind of takes your peace of mind away. You hear about guys getting robbed at gunpoint, it scares you a little bit. You say to yourself, you don't want to be in that situation. And then when I looked at my situation, you can make a bad situation even worse.
In a position of prominence that you were in and a lot of athletes are in, the choices have to be a little bit different as well, don't they?
That's one of the things that, guys for myself, you go into a lapse of judgment for a quick second because, you think about yourself. My decision, it was a selfish decision.
Well, go through the legal channels and fucking get yourself.
I can't get a gun. Motherfucker stole my truck from in front of my damn house. That shit still scares me. A year ago, I'm not over that.
Yeah.
That's just violating, man.
That is, huh?
Yep.
I make you drive. I make me carry a fucking illegal gun and shoot myself in the leg because I'm scared.
In the fucking leg, yeah.
Because that shit scared the fuck out of you, right?
Motherfuckers know where you live.
It's hard to get a goddamn gun in this.
That shit's scary. And motherfucking niggas don't fuck with white people. They're not gonna go in your house. They too scared.
No,
they're gonna come in my fucking house.
No, my neighborhood is ripe. Believe me. It's ripe.
I still haven't seen one thing where they just
fucking
walk in those
Nassau
houses.
County,
Doesn't
they
seem
kick
right.
that fucking door in, or they'll knock and say, "Oh, there's some kind of issue," and these idiots open the, or these idiots leave one door unlocked or a window. And then before you know it, you're fucking opening your eyes, and there's some fucking guy there with a gun or a knife to your fucking throat.
That's just scary, man.
Oh, how violating would that feel?
And you carry a gun, you
powerless.
just are able. I mean, he might have a felony and can't get one. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true. I don't know what his record is.
And he wanted a gun now.
But you got to be a resident of New York in order to even get a New York
You see all that
license.
shit you got. It's like, fuck that,
ridiculous.
man. I'm taking my gun. You see?
That's why there's so many illegal guns. I think gun control puts more illegal guns on the fucking street. There's no way you can figure out how to keep the bad guys.
And I was just
getting
reading
guns.
about fucking the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
Right to bear arms. And this is what I'm saying about, going back to all the racial shit where, where they got me thinking the NRA is a bunch of just crazy crackers who want guns. It was the Second Amendment. It's the second most important
Number
thing
2, yes.
on the Constitution. And
Talking is number 1. Opening your fucking mouth is number 1.
Number 2 is pistols.
Is fucking guns.
And the reason that you have that as number 2
is to protect number 1.
No, it's in case a traitor ever gains control of the country.
You have an armed populace.
Yeah, we know all that. That was the reason.
Yeah.
It's fucking like you go. We supposed to have guns.
It's
Yeah,
like
of
all of a
course.
sudden something twisted. All of a sudden your democracy turns into a dictatorship. Now the dictatorship has the army because he's in charge now. So then you get the armed populace who can fight against us. That was the basic reasoning.
It's the second most important
number
thing.
2.
Right.
Slavery was 16.
As well it should be.
What? You're saying it should be on there?
All right, listen. Let's fast forward. So, I mean, they asked him, did you let everyone down? Of course he said yes. And a return to the NFL, of course he said
This
yeah.
is a real heart-to-heart, though.
He's like, of course. I want to fast forward. So the interview ends, and it was a feel-good interview with this Plaxico guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? And you have Boomer and James Brown and Marino and Shannon Sharp. Somebody finally spoke up at the end of the interview going, whoa, you're missing out on something here, Bill.
I bet it was Boomer.
Who I was going to say, who you think
I don't
it was?
remember.
I bet it was Shannon Sharp.
No, it wasn't
It
Shannon
wasn't?
Sharp. Hell fucking no. I'm going to go with...
fucking cornball Boomer.
It was either Boomer or... No, I think it was Boomer.
And you know, guys, I think whether he comes back and play or not, that's a sidebar. The message out there's a lesson to be learned by what went through with Plaxico. And you don't want to have to learn it the hard way that he's experiencing now. And hopefully people will see that and they'll learn from that.
You know, Coach, you did a great job, and I'm sure it was very hard for you. I actually have very mixed emotions about this because I've watched Plaxico since he's been in New York, and this isn't the only time that he has caused problems. And I will say this should be a PSA for all athletes out there not to have an unlicensed handgun with them in our cities.
You're right. And, you know, Coach, and it was a sad interview because just 2 years ago, as you mentioned in the piece, he was catching the game-winning touchdown. It's sad that he had to lose his career, go to jail for a couple of years in order to learn a lesson. That is a painful way to learn a lesson.
And, Shannon, you know what? He is going to learn his lesson. And the one thing for sure is he said he wants to come back and play. And you know what? He's a guy that's 32 years old. And you know, in the NFL, there's a lot of guys, a lot of teams that need a player like Plaxico Burress.
I think his sincerity was absolutely clear and remorseful, very sincere in that piece, Coach. There was. Without a doubt.
I've never heard more worthless commentary after an interview.
Drivel.
4 dumbbells trying to be socially relevant.
You just don't have an unlicensed gun in our cities.
You know the way I see it? Shut up. What down is it? You fucking idiot jock.
Get to the game.
You know the way I see it.
Stop trying to be poignant, you fucking moron.